Hey, what's up, family? It's Robert Johnson. This is The Word with Rob. And we're going to start talking about some different subjects. I know we've been talking about prayer for a while, and that's wonderful. Our prayer lives are so important to our overall success. As a matter of fact, I've been promising you that a new book was coming. And of course, the book is available now for free download. But I did want to give you a brief look at the book. It's Prayer That Gets Results. And I think that this book will greatly impact your prayer life, give you a better understanding of the functions of prayer, the elements and principles of successful prayer, and what God has obligated himself to do according to his word, which is crucially important because we really can't be asking God to do things he didn't say he would do. It only leads to disappointment and an ineffective prayer life. So getting that information is crucial. Let me interject something here in regards to our current climate today. It's a very unfortunate situation that we're facing here in the United States as we are seeing the impact of racial oppression and systemic racism and so forth come to a head in this country, and it has impacted the world. I, of course, would like to give our condolences to the George Floyd family and all of the other families that have been impacted by violence by those who are charged to protect and serve us. So we have a real disconnect right now going on. And it's not right now, it's coming to a head right now. But this has been a problem that we've been facing in this country for north of 400 years since its inception. And I'm glad to see that there is a moral outrage that has impacted decision makers, lawmakers, and people who set policy. So that's very important. Keep up the pressure, keep up the good work in terms of not allowing this fire to die. It is crucial. And it actually lends itself to our next conversation, which is about identity. I really believe our identity and the crisis of identity is one of the major reasons that we have seen so much unrest, not just at this particular moment, at this particular tipping point or boiling point, but it's really hard to be what you're supposed to be when you don't know who you are. And that's a question that I want to pose to every listener. Who are you? Who are you? I'm not talking about what people have told you or what people have said you are, but how do you define who you are? How do you identify your identity? And that's crucial because what we call a thing sets expectations. It really does. If I were to tell you you were going to be meeting with the smartest kid in this class, it would set an expectation for you, and that expectation would be a projection onto them. Likewise, if I told you you were going to be meeting the slowest kid in this class, you would also set some expectations. So I want us to really take a close look at how we define ourselves, how we source our identity. And that will help us to get insight into our purpose and everything that God has called us to do. And so we've been called to draw our identity from Christ. So if I asked you a question, if I said to you, who are you? And you're a faith-filled believer, and you start that explanation or the answer to that question by telling me what it is you do, i.e., I'm an attorney, I'm a plumber, I'm a doctor, I'm a chef, then you have missed something, because that is what we do. That is not who we are. And if we were to adopt that philosophy as an identification, as a unique source of our identification, what happens when those circumstances change? What happens when I'm no longer an attorney, a chef, or a pilot, or what have you? My identity has to be rooted in something that's unchangeable. And that's why Christ was made for us righteousness and wisdom and understanding and knowledge, and he was made to us to be a redemption and sanctification and holiness. And our identity has to come from those places. So if you answered that question, who are you, with what you do, you need to stay tuned for every episode of this identity, because you may have been a victim of spiritual identity theft. This is Robert Johnson. This is The Word with Rob. I am so glad that you took this time to spend these few moments with me. And I hope that the information that flows from these conversations produces good fruit in your life, better understanding, wisdom, and knowledge, that you would know what to do, when to do, how to do, and with whom. And most of all, you will know who you are in Christ. Thank you so much. And until the next time, this is The Word with Rob. Be blessed.